Hey everybody, want to wheeze them here. January 2nd, 2014. I will try to not screw that up, say 2013. This is Thursday. First day back to work on the new year for me. I don't know what the local school district was thinking. Instead of going back on Monday, January 6th, like anyone in their right mind would do, area I'm at opted to go back on Thursday, which is absolutely ridiculous. That though was kind of how we set the work schedule, so it was the first day back, if you will. Um, just kind of try to help people out there. But if for some reason you're in school, college, whatever, work, I guess work, it might make sense. If you have an awesome job, you probably got off, But if you're in, 18 and under, kind of mandatory attendance at a public school, definitely feel for you having to go back on a Thursday. Right after New Year's, of course. Just wait till Monday is the smart thing to do. That said, today turned out to be pretty dadgum awesome. Went to work, of course, and the cool thing there, went and got the mail, had a surprise delivery, more on that shortly. Then something else came in the mail. That's actually what this box is here. And then tonight, the good things continued. Obviously, I'm not going to tell you what all that entails. I'll do that in separate videos. But what I will start with now is one of the things that came about from today. This was delivered in the mailbox. You can probably guess what, well, I guess the title tells you. But assuming you don't read titles, you still don't know. Right here, it's a box. The backside has my name and address. I can't show it to you. But when we open it up, as you can tell, it is a Skylander. Now you're probably thinking, oh, that's kind of strange. It looks like it's a big box. You got the green, must be swap force, that's correct. And if you note right there, we're looking at Quick Draw Rattle Shake. Very cool inset box art there. Create 250 plus combinations. Swap zone powers, bounce, of course. Coming down, interesting thing here. Featured characters, Spyrise, Wave 3. Stink Bomb Wave 3, Rubble Rouser Wave 3, and then I guess Magna Charge kind of got like a complimentary nod there. That said, as you know, with swappers, only compatible in Skylanders Swap Force. Not a bad deal there. This, of course, was the most recent Frito-Lay promotion. I forgot to mention, you can probably tell, those of you that pay real close attention, number one, Chase McCain is hidden. I think I did a pretty good job of it this time. Not too terribly hard, but hidden better than some of the recent videos. Right there, I've kind of shifted some of the old. I had like Swarm, Gnarly Tree Rex, Series 2 Drobot, Light Core, Pop Fizz, another Scar. Basically just had a bunch of like Skylanders Giants figures. Still have a few in the packaging on the tail. I don't know what was going on there. But looks like Rubble Rouser's ready to come out. That said, I brought in Flynn's ship, which, by the way, those have been selling very nicely. Toys R Us had a few left. I was actually planning on getting another of the stackable tackle boxes, and they were sold out. So this was the lowest stock I'd ever seen at my Toys R Us since launch. And the good news there, though, is they'd had basically nothing in regards to Wave 3 at this point. That's been obliterated. But the good news is the legendaries, which are their exclusives, plenty. Pretty much no issues there. That said, I mean, that's kind of what I wanted to cover here. I'll mention it in the other videos. It's kind of like a different backdrop for it. I may tweak it around a little bit. I want to kind of, ideally I'd get more in the frame, but if I back up too far, then you're not looking at the Skylander. It's kind of a complicated deal. But that said, what I was getting at, you can probably see him right here. Halloween Fright Rider, Pumpkin Fright Rider, whatever you want to call him. This was from the earlier Frito-Lay promotion, which shipped well and was handled very well. Now, what wasn't handled very well was their most recent promotion, because I've kept the bags just for this purpose. I was getting tired of having it in the floor here. This is what you were looking for. I mean, it was a cool bag. The bad thing is your little promotion code is right there by the use-by dates. Not smart, because people just take pictures and use them. They kind of shut things down. That cost me a win. I did win 2 of these. I technically won 3 times, but the first time I won, they just didn't care, apparently. Oh, there's a little coupon in my hoodie pocket. But long story short, the reason I complain about how they ran this promotion is it's not their first rodeo by far. You know, they've got 2 rounds of the sidekicks, and they kind of had Flock Stump Smash in the middle. They've got Halloween Fright Rider, and the way they handled that one was awesome. You know, you basically buy the chips and you're home free. You know, you just kind of go in and go about it that way. It was on the inside. This was just really not well thought out, and as a result, it kind of made things easier for scalpers. If you don't even have to buy the chips, you can just like go through every multi-pack you can find, take pictures of them, enter them in on your phone right there. It's just kind of a letdown because they progressed to a point. It was like they were slowly like really doing a nice job with it, and then they did that. Had they have done horribly the whole time, it wouldn't have been such a big deal, but they really were getting better. And my hope is, I'm thinking they're probably going to continue these promotions in the future. My personal hope is just that they kind of take what's worked in the past and stick to that and don't change things up or downgrade, you know. Ideally, you know, you'd have a little card. I don't care if you have to buy like 4 bags of the chips or send in the money. Just a UPC, the card, the money, whatever they want to do. Anything would be better than what they just did. So if you got Quick Draw Rattleshake, I know a lot of people already have him. If not, I got mine today. He should be coming to you very soon. Gonna pull him out before we take a look there, though. They got their little note here. Again, I didn't cut in on that side because I saw that and I knew I was gonna slice into it, so I just opted to go through the back. Right here, kind of offset print, but I think you can read that now. Congratulations, you are a prize winner in the 2013 Frito-Lay Skylanders Rattleshake Instant Win game sponsored by Frito-Lay. Your prize is enclosed Skylanders Rattleshake character. On behalf of Frito-Lay, we appreciate your participation in this promotion. Sincerely, Young America Corporation. So, with that said, we can get rid of this box. We can put an end to that. To their credit, the one good thing, myself on the Fright Rider promo bags, had a nightmare time even ever locating those. I literally, number one, Tim and Arlene out in California kind of bailed me out. They sent in a code that actually won to me. But that night, after I'd gotten that from Tim, I went up, and it wasn't a grocery store, it wasn't Walmart or Target. Toys R Us got them. I made that video that night. I had quite a few of you telling me that worked out well for you because that was the only place you could get the chips. So we had that issue with the Fright Rider one, but what they did that was awesome, the one good thing really about the Quick Draw Rattleshake promo, you could actually find the chips. It was just then the fact that the code was kind of botched and everywhere. I never actually made that video. It was just so stupid of a setup. There's sometimes if you can't say anything nice, you're better off not saying anything. And that was one of those times for me. That said, you know, if anyone persisted through that, you know, and got the chips or just the codes because you were ticked off or something, you probably won at least one of these. It was really kind of a bad setup in my opinion, but I'm not going to try to focus on that anymore. Going to go ahead and flip this around because this is actually pretty cool. This is Quick Draw Rattleshake. The issue here, and this is what's going to be sad for some people, this is not like a chase variant. It's not gonna, if you put him on the portal, you're not gonna see, you know, this guy in the game. He is actually an in-game variant, meaning when Quick Draw Rattleshake goes on the portal, you're going to see Quick Draw Rattleshake. How do I know that? He is a character listed out in the 3DS character list, and anytime we've seen a character listed out there, they've actually come through, and when you put them on the portal, they register as that character and you actually see them. So think along the lines of like Legendary Bouncer back there, for example. You put him on the portal, he looks like the character. Quick Draw Rattleshake should look like this in the game. Obviously, I just got home, had supper, came up and knocking these out. I have not put it on the portal, but again, he's in the 3DS version, so it should be home free. I actually have several Rattleshakes for the simple fact, 3DS starter pack, and then when I got Nitro Magna Charge, I went the Rattleshake route because I knew I'd have an extra Free Ranger by way of the Legendary version. So that was my logic there. And that, of course, will allow me to take all of his paths and still keep this guy packaged. I may unbox it, I'm not 100% sure. But this will kind of showcase everything to you. He actually looks really cool. I showed my nephew this figure when he got out of school, and he actually really liked it too. Just for comparison's sake, obviously this one's going to glow in the dark, but it's actually... where like glow-in-the-dark Cinder was just like this pasty glow-in-the-dark material. This is like really, really nice the way they did this one. The other thing I like is kind of like the sky blue, kind of like a light Mediterranean blue color on the snake. The hat's roughly the same, might be a little bit more dull. Now that I look at it, it's probably the same exact thing. I think it just takes on that look because of the bright yellow on Rattle Shake. It's got the same textures, it looks like. It's just where you see the yellow and brown here, you've kind of got the glow-in-the-dark color in that blue, which again I think personally looks really nice. Here's a look at the snake gun there, and then the one in the packaging. Plastic does kind of take a little away from it, but I think you get a good feel for it. Again, here's one final look at the character side by side. In my left hand and loose is Rattle Shake, standard version, and right here, quick draw Rattle Shake. So, another way to know when you've usually got a character that's going to register different in the game, the packaging actually showcases that. The card also, you can kind of see it right, I think, yeah, you can see that through the camera. You can make out quick draw and then Rattle Shake there. So he's even got the separate standalone card. Featured characters on the spin wheel, which was an awesome feature. Rattle Loop, Rattle Charge, Rattle Ranger, and Rattle Shake. So we're going to leave it there at Rattle Shake. Again, right here, Undead element, Swap Force, Quick Draw Rattle Shake, slogan of course, go ahead, snake my day. Swap Zone ability is going to be Bounce. And again, I've kind of showcased the back to you, but once again, right there's a really good look at the inset box art. That, of course, is your other giveaway. Looks like the snake is kind of black in that picture. I don't know if that's after upgrades or before upgrades, but I'll check it out. I'll definitely play him. Again, I may actually unbox one. It's going to depend. The two I have, the intent, one for myself, one for my nephew. If I had that third one that I technically won, that I would be opening this right now. But nonetheless, again, he's got the special nameplate there. And again, those three there are Wave 3 that are eluding everyone thanks to targets. But more on that here shortly. I have to say, though, he looks really, really awesome. And again, trying to be positive here, the good thing Frito-Lay did is they actually had the chips available. Past that, I can't say much in their favor this time. However, I can say that I think by now they've done enough of these. They should know what works. They should know what doesn't send hundreds and possibly thousands of people into a tizzy on social media griping about them. So hopefully in the future they can kind of look back and say, hey, this one didn't get quite as much of a commotion, and we can just kind of follow suit there. So I've got high hopes for it. That said, again, past the debacle that was, you know, the codes on the outside, etc., what people are the most upset about, and the reason there's like such a frantic rush for everyone to try to win this guy, is because it's not like Halloween Fright Rider, you know, where you throw it on the portal and it's Fright Rider. This truly is a standalone in-game character. You know, if you've got him, it'll register in your collection. Theoretically, you know, you complete the game, you don't have to have that guy, but if you're like some perfectionist, completionist type, that is actually an in-game character. So kind of a bummer there. Like I said, the way it was handled, sadly, again, I don't ever look at eBay, but I can almost guarantee now that I'm getting mine, other people have gotten theirs, you're going to see a lot of these pop up on eBay. People probably going to be selling them as people discover the uncomfortable fact that this is actually an in-game character. That said, again, the good thing, they did have at least the chips, and like I said, if you were perseverant, Even if you got to the point where you were just taking pictures of the codes on the bags or trading them with friends or, you know, whatever, if you really wanted the character, I feel like you probably want it. It's just there's much better ways to handle it. I think any of us would have given Frito-Lay $15 and 5 UPCs or something if we had to. Again, what I do with the chips, I can't eat them all before expiration. I just give them away to people. You know, it's one of those things. But again, that's really the downside. A lot of you probably unaware that this is actually an in-game variant. Again, meaning he truly does look like this in the game. So hopefully that's not like disheartening news to some of you. If it is, maybe you can like trade with a friend. I don't know, maybe if you got like Stink Bomb or Spire Eyes, you could possibly trade with someone. You have to remember, these Wave 3 guys, we're all having trouble with the target right now. At some point in time, I don't know when, but they're going to go to other retailers, and then probably by the summer, I would venture to guess that they're going to be pretty commonplace. So if somehow you could trade one now to, say, a friend or like a local Skylander person that happens to have multiple quick draws, that might be worth pursuing. It's mutually beneficial to both of you. And all you'll have to do in the end is kind of wait a little bit to pick up what should be a pretty commonplace character. So keep that in mind, but I'm going to quit rambling here. My apologies on not opening this, but when they are this special and limited, if this was just a deal I could like walk into GameStop and buy one tomorrow, I would go ahead and open this. As is, I will pull a Rob from CoinUp on and actually leave this guy in the packaging. The good news for those of you like sticklers that want to see all 4 of his paths, this is kind of like the spare Rattle Shake. Then I've got the one I'm using in the playthrough over by the TV. So again, quick draw Rattle Shake. A lot of you probably already have him. Some of you probably got him today or will be getting him very soon, hopefully before the weekend. That way you can kind of enjoy that. But again, looks really cool. I haven't had much luck with this type of character, but let me kill the lights and I'll see if he kind of glows for you. I don't know that the camera will pick it up, but I will try. I can, wow, it's actually pretty cool. You can barely see it, that little glob. I've got a TV on, my apologies about that, but I don't have my cell phone handy for some reason. He glows pretty well. It actually looks, it's by far the best glow in the dark I've seen. I realize you can barely see anything. Take my word for it. If a friend has it or something, you know, kind of check theirs out in person, but it's not glowing insanely bright right now. Let me try to stand and... I'm not quite wide enough. Just take my word for it. He does glow. It looks pretty cool. And there'll be a better look at him for you with the lights on. But from what I could tell, and it was kind of faint for me even, but he does look really awesome when he's glowing. So be sure to check that out if you have not, or you were unaware that he actually does glow in the dark. The whole character, by the way, anywhere you see that kind of clear green glow in the dark looking stuff. So that said, I'm going to quit rambling again. Quick draw Rattle Shake. Hopefully you won one. If not, and you've got the Wave 3 swappers, or maybe you've got like extra, you know, Halloween Fright Riders or a couple extra chase variants. Maybe you've stockpiled like some whams. I don't know. Whatever you've done, it might be worth your while to maybe try and find other local Skylander people or something. See if you can trade. And that way, again, you both benefit. And similarly, you're not going to the black market of scalperdom and kind of like shooting yourself in the foot here. So, again, I'll have couple of pictures of him up on the blog if you want to check that out. And again, if I do unbox him, I'll come back in, make it kind of quick for you, and go from there. But again, hopefully you won that. If not, try my trade theory. Again, that's probably your best bet at this point. As always, thanks for watching. You can follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, circle me on Google+, whichever you prefer. Make sure to subscribe. I never know when this stuff is going to show up, so if you're a subscriber, you will be the first to know as soon as the video goes up. But I will end it there, and as Quick Draw Rattle Shake would say, go ahead, snake my day.